Hey, thanks for joining us. We're preparing of course, for the weekend. You got your third away win coming off the back of that. You've moved to sixth in the league table. You must be pleased with how it's going at the moment.
Yeah, obviously, when you're winning football matches and picking up points, getting clean sheets along the way, you're really pleased. I just keep banging that drum. It's all about what happens now on Saturday. Obviously, the players will go into the game with confidence, but it's about making sure we do our work right. Us as staff, the players, between now and Saturday, because you're only as good as your last game, and that'll be at 5 o'clock on Saturday.
How satisfying is it though for all yourself and your staff that you know every day you're working with a squad that's improving?
Yeah, and they take on information, and that's the most important thing, that they've got an open mindset in terms of getting better, taking on constructive criticism, which is a massive compliment, because once you're able as an individual to break through that barrier in terms of taking on information and constructive criticism, you'll get better, and as a group we're pretty good at it. And then obviously along the way we've had injuries and people are starting to come back, which will leave us in a real healthy position.
You seem as though you struck the right sort of balance in the summer with your recruitment and the players who were here and coming back, returning again to have another season. That must be good as well, that they've all gelled together.
Yeah, believe it or not, there's a bit of thought that goes on with recruitment, particularly these days. I think the recruitment from Josh and Joe, working now towards January, I think it's been excellent. There's not been anybody, I don't think, who's really not performed for us, and so I think it's been excellent. And it's easy when things aren't going well to look at recruitment and look at who the management team let go during summers and Januaries and things like that. But I think that balance that we've been able to get, and the mixture of what we've been able to bring in, look, we've got to get these players on the pitch obviously on a more regular basis. I think it's been really good.
One real department that is flourishing, I know it's an all-round team effort that is going into every game and every bit of preparation, but you're really flourishing as a defensive unit all along the team. I think if you take away that one horrible game where you conceded 5, you've only conceded 5 in the last 10 games.
Yeah, obviously, the Chesterfield, was an eye opener for us in terms of what we need to look like. But it's throughout the team. You look at the set of forwards, how hard they're working, midfield players to protect that, and what they're doing. I think what we are doing, better at the back is making better decisions. And then we'll discuss them if they were the right ones afterwards. But they're making clearer decisions in terms of when to clear the ball, getting blocks on the edge of the box. So it's not just the back players and the goalkeeper who's making some brilliant saves. I think the work starts, and it's a cliche, starts with the forwards. We ask the forwards, to when they leave the pitch, they're on empty, and I think you can see, the effort that Shiloh and Adrian put in the other night. I thought particularly second half really set us up to get some momentum in the game.
It's 1 defeat in 10 league games, and there's nothing better than having a consistent group. Most successful teams have consistency, don't they?
Yeah, and I've said that for a long time. You're going to have bumps in the road. We don't want too many of them, but the bumps are going to come, and it's how you get over them bumps when they do come. And I thought as a group last year, and I think that the continuation for this year's, is there for people to see. But it is about striking that level of consistency. And it's about working hard and knowing exactly where you are and living in the moment that you're in. And the moment will be Saturday against Tranmere. You've got to live in that moment, not on what's gone by. And I think the players have been pretty good at that as well.
What are you expecting then coming the weekend from Tranmere?
They've got some good players. The results probably aren't going the way they'd like, but they've got some good players. They changed the formation the other night. Again, they've done that a little bit, but it will click for them eventually, because they've got too many good players. Good on set pieces with the height they have in the team, so we'll have to be mindful of that. But a real test. But we need to concentrate on how we can improve and how we can get better, and how we can make the second half come out in the first half on Saturday.
You could sum it up as they've got hit and miss sort of type of form, haven't they? And probably what League Two's all about.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like that. You just see how tight it is, and people towards the bottom end have won a couple of games, and all of a sudden they're right next to you. And I just think it's going to be like that. Teams are going to go on 3-4 games, unbeaten runs, which will propel them up the league. That's going to happen throughout the league, I think, because it's so evenly balanced. That's what it looks like at the minute. That it's evenly balanced, so it's going to be a tough league throughout the season, and like you've just mentioned, consistency will be really important with that.
We're only a couple of days away from the next game, so we're just finally rounding up. Where are you with your injury news and anything good coming out of the treatment room?
Yeah, so Chris Long is almost there, which is good. The staff have worked hard with him to get him where we need him to do, so we've got a decision for him on Saturday. Jack Lancaster's moving along really well. He's already out on the grass, which is good. It looks like he's a quick healer. But again, we'll take time. We're not saying he's available for Saturday, but we'll look after him. Obviously, Omar's come on, looked well the other night. With that, Jack Powell, we're hopeful in the next couple of weeks to see him with the first team, which will be good. So we're getting somewhere near in terms of injuries, and it looks like Mickey, we think, will be available. But we're having a conversation, and it's hard to rule him out until 10 minutes before kick-off. So we're hopeful he'll be available for Saturday. So we're getting somewhere that we'd like to be. Young Nathan is moving along nicely. He's now out on the grass, doing some running and stuff. So touch wood, we're getting somewhere.